Listen, there's an absolute ton of upcoming games to look forward to in 2024 and beyond. I've covered so many of them on my channel, but this video right here is centered on the ones that I and many other people can't believe are actually happening for real. So without further ado, like the video for more compilation like this and let's go.
We're Hamir, the creators of Blight Survival. What we're showcasing here is the directional combat system. This allows you to attack in 5 different directions: left, right, top, down, and then of course, you can always stab them with a pointy end. Every encounter in the game is designed with this in mind. The player will have to figure out where on the enemy to strike to do the big damage. As you can see here, all attacks seamlessly transition into one another. And as your character grows stronger, you unlock new combos to spice up your playstyle.
First of all, we have a game that has so many people excited for thanks to its unique premise of zombies and horror in the medieval age. Blight Survival is one of my most anticipated games right now, and for clear reasons. It's got two of many people's favorite genres into one, medieval and zombies. What this team has created out of these two genres is something really special. It's not a simple game where you just fight infected and factions in different environments, even though only this would be awesome already. No, this game has got much more gameplay elements than what's shown on the surface. The sheer amount of passion being put into this project is a sight to behold because there looks to be so much to it. There's a full customization system for your character and equipment that will affect visuals and gameplay. There's a full story that you can discover through the gameplay, a ton of different unique infected to fight, each with their own attacks and terrifying looks, a ton of weapons to loot and to choose from, and a world waiting for you to be discovered. At its core, it puts you alone or in co-op with 3 other players against mortals and monsters in a desperate attempt to reach and destroy the source of the Blight, a deadly affliction that plagues the land. The game takes place in the no man's land between 2 desperate kingdoms in a ceaseless war. Within this purgatory, a new strain of Blight has erupted from remains of the fallen. Fed and strengthened by the blood that has been spilled, it rapidly spreads, turning man into monster. Next up, we have the Max Payne 1 and 2 remakes that will merge into one full game. I've never been so excited for a remake in my life. First of all, because I'm a huge fan of the Max Payne series, and second, because I see the developers' passion behind it, with many returning devs who worked on the original games actually. Remedy, its developers are all hands on deck working on it as we speak, and they've shared more teasers and details about the game recently. It is said to have been officially progressed into the production readiness stage some months ago, a stage where things go very fast and is a very productive time, so things have already progressed a lot by now. The devs said that they have gained clarity on the style and scope of the game, and they have an exceptionally well organized team working on it. With these accomplishments, they are excited about the project and its future success that will come hopefully in the near future. It's also been confirmed these remakes will be a big projects that will surprise fans in the best way possible and mind-blown newcomers, so they get to experience this series for the first time. They said that it is a significant undertaking in the sense that even if they are old games, just thinking about bringing them up to modern standards and combining them into one, you can see that it is a big project. The games will be merged together to create an immersive action experience with realistic graphics, new gameplay features, new missions, new environments, and the return of classic Max Payne. There will be perfectly crafted cutscenes, character models, and better voice lines. Next up, we have Kingmakers. If you guys have read the recent gameplay details released for this game, you'd be even more excited about this weird medieval action shooter. Now, first of all, for those who don't know, Kingmakers is about a strange man from the future that is time traveling between different eras, most prominently the medieval era, and is bringing weapons and vehicles from his time to fight important wars and change the future. He becomes king and has an army of knights at his disposal. Kingmakers, which has been in development for years, will have a meaningful campaign that that'll feature more than quick jump in random battles. There's a desire to have many alternate futures that can be created by the player's action in the past. The devs are trying to create the ultimate medieval fantasy. That means building up an empire, taking castles, conquering territory, and etc. It's not just a string of random battles, but an immersive campaign where you build up settlements, capture enemy outposts, train and promote soldiers, and etc. The game has a solid foundation with advanced animation systems, AI pathfinding, and online multiplayer mechanics. With thousands of soldiers being on screen at once, a huge part of the development cycle has been ensuring that the game remains stable at all times. They also revealed that they want to have player versus player combat in Kingmakers in the near future, which would be absolutely awesome. Next up we have Mafia 4. This game keeps getting new rumors and teases here and there from Engar 13, its developers, and man am I excited for this game, as it was leaked to feature an Italian setting in Sicily with horses and the beginning of the Mafia. There looks to be so much to this one, and it's officially the main game that everyone is concentrated on at the studio. Engar 13 were previously working on a massive Destiny-like fantasy project that turned out to be fully cancelled by Take-Two for lack of any real direction and lack of a true fun factor. Take-Two and Engar 13's publisher, 2K Games, had spent more than $50 million on this fantasy game, only for it to be thrown in the trash. But that was some time ago, and now Mafia 4, codenamed Nero, is coming to PS5, Xbox Series X, and PC. Mafia 4 will utilize Epic Games' engine to its full capabilities, to provide a world that feels and looks alive, with things to do and explore in it as well. The animations are said to be out of this world, the colors, the lighting, everything everything will look next gen, as it should be with a game like this. This Mafia 4 will be taking place before all of the Mafia games in the late 90s and early 20th century. Instead of riding beautiful cars and having a ton of weapons and costumes of the era, instead it is said you will be riding horses and fighting gangsters in Sicily, Italy, during the true rise of the Mafia, where and when it almost all began for the Mafia. Once again, the industry insider from Xbox era called Chef Sean Nick, who also previously leaked the new Rise game from Crytek. He also leaked a ton of other things and was right while he's saying that this Mafia 4 is a prequel to the very first Mafia game. Based on all the information provided by him, this game will cover the life of Don Salieri in Sicily and his rise to power.
Welcome to the world of Stellar Blade. The story begins on post-apocalyptic Earth, where a mysterious enemy called the Naytiba has forced the human race to flee to an off-world colony. Players will take control of Eve, a member of the 7th Airborne Squad. Her mission is to save the planet by defeating the Elder Naytiba.
All we must do is complete the mission.
While most of the 7th Airborne Squad is lost during their descent from the colony, Eve soon meets 2 new companions. Adam, born on Earth, is in pursuit of an energy source called Hypercell.
Make sure to stay cautious. It's where the Alpha Naytiba is.
So this must be Adolf 7.
This is Zion, a city built underneath the wasteland by the last human survivors on Earth.
A whole city underneath the wasteland.
Eve is called Angel by the survivors and is an object of both awe and fear.
I'm not selling anything to you.
They'll seem a bit wary at first, but will gradually loosen up as Eve shows a commitment to rebuilding the city.
Hello, Angel. How are you?
I see we have guests.
I can't believe the angel is here.
The survivors will sometimes ask Eve for help.
Please save my younger sister!
Wait right here.
Their requests will often lead her to the wasteland and the Great Desert. This place has been overrun by Naytibas and malfunctioning machines and robots.
A supply camp in a place like this.
You'll occasionally find supply stations set up by previous airborne squads. At each camp, Eve can purchase various consumable items.
The extinction of all Naytibas, right? To think that the point of your existence is to snuff out another species. It is not an easy fight.
It's fine. I can do this alone.
It won't be easy.
Angel, that's the unofficial name for members of the Eve Airborne Squad.
I can feel the hatred, but I cannot feel the source.
I will find it, and I will make it pay.
Opening! It's windy!
Das not really.
all-out action FPS game Crysis 4 is on the way and has been for a pretty long time now. Crytek is reportedly working on this Crysis sequel as well as a new Rise sequel, which hasn't been officially confirmed yet, but we've had multiple rumors concerning it. But thanks to some bigger news that we've just had concerning the new Crysis game, we know that Crytek is trying their best to make this new game worth remembering for years to come, just like the very first game. It won't just be a sequel, but they want it to be much bigger and exciting, and we now know that this Crysis 4 will include an in-depth single-player campaign utilizing Crytek's engine and using all of its capabilities. All hands are on deck with this game, and it is the game that's the most focused on right now at the studio, with a ton of industry veteran developers working on it. Not only that, but Crysis 4's game director is none other than the Hitman 3 director Matthias Engstorm, who also previously worked as the main designer on Far Cry 3 and Assassin's Creed Revelations at Ubisoft. This guy is not a random person, but actually knows his craft and wants to do the best with it, especially for an ambitious AAA game just like this. The latest news out of this new Crysis game is that an in-depth next-generation single-player campaign with multiple missions across different stunning locations has been confirmed. Previous Crysis games had multiplayer, but we still do not know if this one will have it.
This isn't the same city you saw last time you visited, kid. Nivalis is changing in front of our eyes. This is a bolder city, a brighter city. More people to meet, more things to do. More electric night. Last time you were here, this was all a dream. Your old pal Thaddeus is retiring. You can have my old life. It doesn't fit me anymore. I'm leaving you a tasty little business venture. A noodle stand. Work hard and maybe one day you'll climb so high, you'll be above the rain. There's more to this city than business. Follow the rules, or break them all. Grow your own paradise in the greenhouses. Sail a boat out and cast your line into the forbidden seas. You might find more than fish. I've heard the rumors. Serial killer? Don't worry too much. I'm sure you're safe. My time is up, kid. Now get out there. The city's waiting.
Militsioner.